You got.
Oh, don't even ask.
That part. That was like the best part of the song. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Yeah, it's a everyday what's it called? It's an everyday what's it called? Oh, I can't even think right now, but it's rents due every day, right?
Yeah.
So what you did yesterday, X'd out, start again today.
Yeah.
So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, Aaliyah. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
So how are you guys feeling this morning?
Good.
Good.
Everybody was on our happy hour. Yeah, right. At 8 o'clock. It was our hour. This morning, it was great. It was, like I said, I love it. It's because the energy is so early and it just gets you boosted and yeah, feeling fabulous. Feeling really good this morning. Yes, that's kind of energy I need today. Yes, every day. Just got to wake up and just go for it. Gotta go for it. I did a post this morning and it's like, no one's going to do the work for you guys. We already know what it takes. We got to just get up and do it.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad day, we all have those. Just make sure you put your energy into the right people. So that way they bring you, that joy and excitement and happiness.
Yeah.
So good morning, Letty. Thank you for joining us. And then I'm not sure who this is. And then good morning, Gregory. Greg, right?
Oh, is that Greg?
Citywide Termite.
Yeah.
And we have your wife in our thoughts and prayers. We see your videos. You're amazing. She's one lucky woman to have a man like you, sincere, loyal. So we're definitely keeping her in our prayers.
For sure.
Good morning, Katie. Good morning.
Hi, Katie. I hope you don't have a wine cooler with you right now.
Right? It's too early. It's too early, but yeah,
Right?
It's what everyone has their life and the way they live it, and there's no one should judge or anything at all, because at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy, do what makes you happy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they say you have to eat breakfast in the morning or you have to eat lunch at the time. You could eat breakfast for dinner, dinner for breakfast, whatever. You could do whatever.
That's what I did this morning. I had my leftover. I'm gonna be straight. I had my leftovers from yesterday, and it was asada with beans and rice. So you don't have to always, have the oatmeal and healthy, although it is protein.
You could have made yourself a breakfast carne asada burrito.
I know.
Oh, that sounds good. In a burrito, yeah. I should have done it in a burrito, for sure.
Katie said, LOL, just coffee today.
What coffee? Is it
The word is so far. So far. Anyways, it's been another beautiful week.
Yeah.
In real estate, in life, and everything else. So we just wanted to share with you guys, like, kind of what's going on in the market. So right now in Chino, we have a good update for you guys. So right now there's 69 active listings on the market. So the listings in the last 7 days have picked up, which is good. There's 81 under contract. So still a lot of buyers buying, looking to become homeowners. And I get calls all the time asking me, why are buyers buying right now? Why are sellers selling right now? They want to know detailed answers. And basically, it's everyone's needs, wants, and lifestyles. And, life happens to people different times, different ways. So it's important to realize that if you're not sure, if it's something that is the right time for you, that you reach out. You know, we're here to definitely guide you and make sure that you do what's best for you and your family. So is it the right time? We'll let you know for sure. So we've had 216 homes closed, which is great. I honestly, the market is just great. So it says 37 days on the market. I don't think that's, like I said, accurate. But anyhow, we'll just move on. So again, and what I have noticed, I'll be very honest with you, is I see a lot of homes falling out of escrow. There's a lot of back on the markets. And the reason why I'm seeing that happen is because from what I'm seeing and the people that I talk to, the people that I talk to, when I call the agents, because we're following up for our buyers, and so we're keeping our eye on what's, pending and whatnot. So when I talk to the agents, it's the buyers not qualifying, the buyers went in over asking, removing appraisal contingency, and then realizing they pay above. And so it's pretty, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the market. So you definitely got to be sure you're working with a professional who's going to guide you and not put you in a situation where now you and your family are 3 weeks in, believe this is your home, and then now you're having issues that you knew you were going to have when you were negotiating to get into escrow. Now guess what? I talked to a family yesterday who was basically packed, and they had to start unpacking because they were not going to be able to close, and they were devastated. And they are not my clients, but I actually, got the call and they wanted some guidance. And, it was heartbreaking for, the mom, of 3 little children, thinking this is going to be her home where she's going to raise her kids. She fell in love with it. And now she was just completely in tears and devastated that she's unpacking everything in her house. But, because it wasn't going to happen. So again, just be careful, and again, make sure who you're working with, and make sure that you are comfortable with the sign, and that you're comfortable with whatever, suggestions your agent is telling you to do to get the home. Sometimes that's not the best way to get into that's not the right house, for you. So let's move forward. Our next city is Eastvale. So here we are, 68 listings on the market, 16 pending, 66 closed, which is a lot. It's pretty good in the last 7 days. Average listing price, 602, 589 average sales price, and then average 32 days on the market. It's still, like I said, still good numbers. The market's still holding strong. A lot of agents are putting the homes, pricing them high, because I have also noticed that it looks like prices are reducing, but it's not. It's kind of deceiving, because agents are overpricing and thinking if I overprice, I'll still get over market, or over sales price, and that's our list price, and that's not happening because they're overpricing to begin with. So again, just be mindful of that. Do your homework and see what makes sense for you. And then we have Harupa Valley, which is 68 listings on the market, 110 under, 283 closed. Wow, that seems like a lot, but 603 and 589 average sales price. So 32 days on the market. So, wow. And Ontario, which seems to be moving pretty quickly too. 11 on the market now, 25 under contract, 21 closed. 551 average list price, 549 average sales price, and 39 days on the market. So definitely, like I said, there's a lot of nice homes out there in Ontario. And then what else do we have? Moreno Valley. So in Moreno Valley, 19 homes on the market. Moreno Valley is actually really nice. I was there yesterday. I have a client buying a home in Moreno Valley right now, and it's we actually had to come up with different ways. Every buyer's different, And these particular buyers were first-time buyers who stressed their concerns to me about, working with an agent who's going to guide them every single step of the way. So I understood the importance of that to them. So I've been guiding them, very, very closely. And I typically don't print anything out, but my iPad is down right now. So I spent about 2 hours, to be honest, 2 hours going over their escrow and their disclosures with them. It's just, I wanted to be sure that they understood everything and answered all their questions. It's a beautiful feeling when they walk away and they feel like, they know exactly what to expect, exactly what's going on, exactly what they signed. It really, really is a great feeling. And I don't think a lot of buyers leave with that feeling. There's always a sense of, I don't even know what I signed. I just signed. That's usually when I ask them, when they call me for advice. And I say, well, have you done this? Have you done that? I don't even know. So I don't ever want my clients to feel that way. That's not how I do business. And that's not how I tell the agents in our office to do business either. It's important that we, provide customer service 100%. That's what we're here for, to guide you. So we ended up having to go into a park because where do you go? We're like, where are we going to go to sit down and sign these forms? So we ended up at a park, and it was really nice, on the corner from where they're buying. And it was a good time for them because they're not familiar with the area. So it was really good. They felt really good about it. They loved it. They just loved everything about it. And just spending the time out there just even reassured them that they, that they're happy with where they're going and everything else, their surroundings. So again, that's another important thing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So what do we got next? Highland.
Highland is mine. Mine's for the last 7 days. So in Highland, we have 6 active listings. 14 of them went into escrow. 16 of them have closed in the last 7 days. Average list price $397, and this is crazy. Look at this average sale price, $427. That's a big jump from the list price. So over the weekend, one of my team partners on my team was showing a house here in Highland, and she submitted an offer for a property that they went to go look at, and they had 30 offers on that house. So this is how they're probably ending up with that, $427 out of the list price at $394. And then average days on the market is 33, which I think is still pretty high, considering what we're seeing on a daily. But that was Highland. Then we have Fontana. Fontana, same thing, 7 days. I didn't do a specific zip code. There's 32 active listings, 45 of them pending, or 45 pending, 35 closed. Average list price $486, and average sale price $470,000. Average days on the market 24 days for Fontana. So that's heavy. And then Rialto, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but last week and the week before in Rialto, our listings in Rialto were like 6 and 4. It was like really low. This week, there's 12 active listings on the market, 12 went pending, and 13 have closed. Average list price of $401,000 and 100,000, and average sale price is $406. So still above the asking price on mostly an average of those homes. And then average days on the market 19 days, which is not too bad. So that's Rialto.
All right, now we're down to Redlands. Okay. Now, right now we have currently 18 active listings on the market in Redlands. 27 of them are pending. 16 have closed with, this is in the last 7 days. So 16 have closed. Average list price is $528 and average sale price is $523. So it's very close in price. You're going to get what you're asking in Redlands for sure. And then the average days on the market in Redlands is 26 days. So it's going quick, guys. And I find that they're going a lot quicker than that. I don't think it is 26 days, to be honest.
It's crazy.
I really feel like it's 10. But You know, it's just things are going so quickly, especially at these price points over here. It's just
Mhm.
they're being scooped up right away with multiple offers. So that is Redlands. Let's see. I'm also doing Claremont. So Claremont right now has an active or 9 active listings on the market. 9 are pending under contract. 11 have closed. The average list price right now in Claremont is 905. The average sales is 705. Now, I know that sounds very drastic, but over there, there's a higher price points. There's a lot more negotiating room. So, you know, they tend to stay on the market a little longer because it is a higher price point than the average price point. So, in, you know, other areas like Redlands. So, but the average days on the market over here is 24. So it varies from city to city. You'll notice, obviously, over here because of the higher price point, it's. I think that's probably a little more accurate with the 24 days on the market. So it just really depends on the area and what the agent is actually inputting into the system. So that's Claremont. Now Beaumont. Beaumont right now has an active 11 active listings on the market. 12 are pending under contract, and 21 have closed within the last 7 days. The average list price is 370 or 387, and the average sale price is 359. So there's a little bit of a gap over there, but it's still pretty close. I don't want to say, you know, it's really, really far as far as the pricing. You're going to pretty much get almost what you're asking for. And the average days on the market over there is 23. So it's everything is moving very, very quickly over there. But also, I always do this plug with Beaumont because a lot of people think 387. That's within my budget. I could get a really nice house, but they forget about the HOAs. They forget about there's senior citizens communities out there as well, and there's a Melrose. So you always have to be particular of exactly where you're looking at in Beaumont. It's not a slam dunk over there. So, but it is really growing out there, and there is some really nice houses out there as well. So
Yes.
that's Beaumont.
So they are opening up an in and out. It opens up on Friday.
That's cool.
So
That's
they are,
yeah.
believe me, Beaumont residents right now are shooting the stars.
Yeah,
That's like
the nearest
huge
one.
highlight for them.
Yeah,
It is.
the nearest one's in Cabazon or Yucaipa, so they have to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it really is growing out there. I personally love Beaumont. I don't know if you guys have ever been on an airplane, but when you're driving, you're flying above. Above Beaumont, it's so clear. It's beautiful. You could see, but as soon as you start going to Kaipa, smog. But it's Beaumont, like from Beaumont, and it goes. You can see the city, and it's because of its elevation. So I have clients that have kids that are asthmatic, so they choose to move to Beaumont because the air is just so much cleaner and crisper. So
I can see that.
that's a fact for you right there. So just so you know.
Or if you want to retire, out there, there's a lot of communities out there.
There's a lot of communities, and they're nice, very well kept. Different ones to choose from. There's like 5, I think. But yeah, and like you were saying, there's Beaumont is part of Cherry Valley as well. So Cherry Valley is the one that has a lot of the land, more land. So a lot of times, like you're saying, the difference in the pricing, has to do with some of the older homes, but most of the newer homes newer meaning like 2000 and above, those communities all have, like you're saying, the Melrose, and they all vary. They're all different. So, just based on their small community. Now, the highest tax rate are the ones that are going to be south of the freeway. That particular community, the Melrose is pretty high. It's really high, actually, and that's actually where the in and out is. So, but they are building a lot of things out there. They're trying to build, a lot of like outdoor shopping and stuff like that. So that's the one thing. They are trying to grow the city, make it, better too. So that's also, good too. So, but yeah, there's a lot of new builds out there too, new homes. Everyone that is, that lives out there loves it. We actually have an agent in our office who drives from Beaumont to Chino, and she lives in Beaumont. Yeah. So, and so no excuses, right? No excuses.
There really is. No.
Of from where you want to drive to, but yeah, it's like I said, I really like Beaumont. There's some really nice homes in Beaumont. If a lot of people I remember before was like, Beaumont, it's so far, and not only that, it just seemed like there was so many houses to choose from in Beaumont. It was like the homes in Beaumont were on the market for like 60 days. It was like, which seems like a lot to us, but it really isn't, I guess, in some places. But it just seemed like, why, there's so many homes to choose from in Beaumont. And now look, 11 listings. Wow. So that just shows you everything's selling, regardless, everything. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, it is definitely a beautiful city. So,
yeah.
Well, so
growing so much. It's crazy.
Yeah. So that is your update for Beaumont.
Hey, we forgot about Colton here.
Yes.
I threw Colton peeps. Hey,
Marlena won't be happy if we forget about Colton.
I know, Marlena. Hello. Oh my gosh, I really, when I pulled up the numbers on Colton, I was like so shocked because, but no, I don't want to say shocked because it actually, when you live in Colton, you stay in Colton. Like you barely move. So like right here, look. 4 active listings on the market right now in Colton within the last 7 days. 12 are pending under contract. 11 have closed. The average sale price is $354. The average list price is $354. The average sale price is $344. So you are going to get what you're asking for over there as well. Look at average days on the market, 13. Because if you want to live in Colton, you really, 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 really want to live in Colton. So you're going to swoop up whatever's there. 4 active listings, those are going to be gone within the next 2 days. So if plug for anybody that is in Colton that wants to move out of Colton, let us know because you need to. It's going to go so quick. If you look at the numbers here, it's just going to be gone. So if you really are interested in moving Colton, my Colton peeps out there that are listening.
Yeah, let us know. You let your neighbor know because we already know nobody moves out of Colton.
I'm telling you, it's like everybody knows everybody. It's a small community. It's very tight knit.
Very, 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 very.
You know what? Even when the market wasn't like this, it was like this in Colton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some things never change. So, there's your market update for basically almost San Bernardino County. To be honest,
we got it covered.
Yeah, we got you covered. If you guys have any questions, related to, again, if it's the right time for you or you're not sure, maybe your daughter, sister, cousin, whatever, has questions. And a lot of times where people are fearful, they think if I ask a question, I'm committed or I have to do something. And that's not necessarily the case. We just want to make sure that you make the right decision, for you and your family. So whatever it may be, we wanted also just kind of we were talking, about, where is it, where's the safe place, to go right now besides your home. We know our homes are number one, but, for those of us who are getting the itch to go outside, where are you guys, feeling safe? Where are you guys, or what are you doing? Are you still, I know that they allow patio dining in some places. Are you going there? Are you still saying, no, you don't want to go there? Like, just curious.
I went to the Green Sleeve Steakhouse last week right here in downtown Redlands, and they have an outdoor patio sitting area. It's reservation only, but it is very quiet, very intimate, it probably sits 20 people on the patio, and they're pretty spaced out. It's not very big, and it's not around anything else. So It is in downtown Redlands, but it's not in the street of downtown Redlands. It's on Orange. So
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one place that I would say if you're looking to go have like a nice dinner, get some fresh air. Downtown Redlands has a lot of outdoor areas that have patio seating. The Cope House where the umbrellas are, they also have a really nice seating outdoor area
in the alley.
And it's in an alley, so you don't have to worry about additional traffic going through. Yeah, I would say downtown Redlands is one of the places I would go to.
I was going to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. We also went to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, not Cheesecake. Lucio's in Rancho. I didn't care for it so much. I mean, it's okay. I don't think we got the same experience as we normally would inside the restaurant. I would definitely stick to downtown Redlands instead of.
Did you order it to go or you ate there?
No, we ate there. I had made a reservation and we ate there.
But they ate outside or?
Yeah, they have outdoor seating. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. They do. That's right. By the movie theater.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
But there's just too much going on that you can't enjoy your dinner. It's like a million people walking by, and it's just it's too busy for me personally. I enjoy
right there. I would say so for sure. Yeah. There's another spot though. I took my kids to Luna.
I like Luna.
Right there, they block off that little area in Rancho, and they seat you outside, but it's more intimate. It's quiet.
Yeah,
it's more of a quiet area of the mall, so it's not so busy and crazy. So I think you probably would like that. I bet anything if you wanted to go there. Yeah. I mean, well, Fleming's is more expensive, and then you got Luna. That's decent. So, I mean, you got your pick, but it's really nice there. And then I wanted to tell you guys too, in Redlands on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they block off that little downtown State Street area, and all those little restaurants right there, they all come out and they put a DJ out there. They have music. It's really lively. It's not so boring. But I mean, but they close it at 10. So it's not all night. It's more of for you to enjoy the experience outside and being outside and just, I mean, I don't know if they're dancing, but they have the DJ there and they have, everyone set up outside. So, and they shut down that State Street area. So it's really nice. That's Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And I think it starts at 5. I'm not positive, but 5 to 10.
Yeah. And all their little boutique shops are open in downtown Redlands. I went to the State the other day, the restaurant, to get some to-go food and drinks, and I walked into one of their boutiques that's right there on the side, and they're all open. I love their clothes there. They have beautiful boutiques in that little area.
Yeah. So. I need to go there. Redland always feels like it's so far for me, but I know it's not.
It's like a 25-minute drive from you.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. I need to go there. It looks really cute. I know, but I always feel like it is, but because I'm like, I don't know. I never come to that. I never went to that side of town or anything.
I have friends like that. They always stay this way. And I'm like, hey, Redlands is actually pretty nice. To go hang out.
I think I was just so used to going to downtown LA and just Pasadena and Fullerton and all kind of this way. So it's a weird adjustment coming from that area. I went to Haven City Market on Mondays. They have a movie theater. They don't have a movie theater. They have a little inflatable projector where they have movie nights, and it's all open seating, but they have it at a social distance because they have little shops inside, and you get your food and you just walk outside, and then there's a big projector. They were playing movies, it was really cool because they were playing Sing. I don't know if you guys have watched that.
Yes.
That's such a cute movie.
Movie. Yeah, I went on Monday night. They had an area for kids, kind of. But they had benches, so they were separated. It was really nice. Everything was separated. Everything was social distancing. We were still kind of outside eating. But it was nice because you just got to sit there with your food and watch the movie, and
Yeah.
there was people around you, but it wasn't crowded. It was really nice. It's right off of Haven. If you take the 10 this way, yeah. It's right off the Haven. It's really cute. I didn't know that thing existed. I just randomly looked over and I was like, oh, okay, we'll stop here.
Yeah, I think it's been about a year, maybe.
Drive-ins are open.
Oh, yeah, drive-in.
Yeah.
I did that with my cousins on the weekend, too.
Yeah. Take your kids.
I see a lot of people on vacation too, you know, going to different resorts and stuff like that. I see those places open as well. I don't know how that is, but I see
We went to Utah and I would definitely go back again. It was
It looked really nice.
not crazy. I felt very comfortable there. It wasn't like, oh my God, there's a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That's cool. That's cool. No, that's kind of what we just, you know, wanted to share. I mean, if you guys are out there, and just obviously be safe and mindful of everything that's taking place. But I'm glad to know that there are, you know, places still trying to keep people to look forward to. You know, there's certain things out there. So that's nice. And for those of us who need something new to watch on TV, who are, you know, who don't want to go out, I actually DoorDashed for the first time on the weekend. I'm not a fan of it because my daughter used to order DoorDash, you know, and when they were here, and I had the mentality of, I would tell her, like, they're gonna pick at your food, like, you know, I don't know. You know, when you go to the drive-through and you get your fries or whatever, it's like a habit to dig in to grab one. So how do you know they're not doing that? Like, so that was what stopped me. But I was busy on Saturday working and doing a bunch of things. I didn't realize, you know, oh man, you know, we're hungry or whatever. So I was looking and I noticed that, I guess because of COVID, or because I don't think they did it before, but I'm not sure because, again, I didn't order it. They seal it. They're like in bags that are like completely sealed. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it. So
they seal them or they staple them. They put like a you know, something
like
that's tampered.
So you can not tampered with.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll just try it. But you know, it can get addicting, you know, doing that. You know?
I'm addicted to it. Don't ask me.
Catherine gets like ice cream or whatever.
I'm like, you guys want ice cream? Okay.
I have a comment to add to that sealed thing. Okay, so I have a cousin who worked or did Uber Eats for a bit, and they say that the restaurant doesn't seal your bag for you, that the drivers come in and they seal your bag so they could take it and walk away with it and seal your bag out. That's what I heard. It might just be Uber Eats. I don't know.
So I order beignets from this place called the Island in downtown Redlands, and that's the only thing I ever order besides pizza to come to my house. But the beignets, I've gone in person to pick them up, and they seal it for you, and they put another seal on the box of the beignets so you can't open it, and they staple the bag. And I've seen them do it before they give it to the driver. The driver comes to pick it up, they leave it on the little counter or whatever, and then they pick it up. But
it just depends on the place. Yeah,
it could be. So my daughter, she went back to Santa Barbara. She's saying that she has a few customers that are regular. She DoorDashes. You know what? They're so lucky to we didn't have these type of jobs that aren't at
No, I would probably
want to work. Oh, I want to work for 2 hours. Let me turn it on. Oh, I don't want to work anymore. Let me turn it off. Like,
can you imagine if they had this when we were young? Oh,
I know. It would be crazy.
Yeah. I was driving at like 15 and a half, 16. If I could do
that. So she's saying that the restaurants do seal it for their drivers for DoorDash.
For DoorDash. So, okay. So maybe it was just
DoorDash is safer.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting.
You just have to be careful, you know, because you never know, you know, people could order food and then Vanessa, be careful because, you know, they see you're by yourself and then there you go. You just don't know. I mean,
It's true. I also ordered again because I hate it too. But the little lady that went to go deliver my food, she got lost. And the association that I live in, it's really dark. And I don't like to walk. I don't like to walk my dog too late at night because it's really lonely. There's like hardly, I mean, it's a great association because it's super quiet and it's super peaceful. But at night, it's like, oh, dang, it's super quiet. So it's kind of creepy. And this little old lady, I felt so bad. She got lost and she was just walking and walking around.
Oh my gosh.
Get back in your car. Like, you never know who's out there or anything. But she got lost and then ended up with like really, really cold food. And I was like, oh, great. But I felt bad. I'm like, poor little lady.
Yeah, you know what I do is I say put it at my door so that I don't even have to talk to them or like associate.
At the times that I've ordered, I don't even see them. And they're like ninjas. They just leave it and they leave. And I'm like, oh, shoot, it's here. My kids are here.
So what the beauty of it is with our day and age, a lot of things have changed. So, I mean, it's bad. There's still things. It's not like, craziness, but anyhow, we wanted to get into our special guest today. We're excited and we want to welcome Paulina. She is with MT Evictions. And I know a lot of people right now have just a lot of, concerns, questions, whether you're, a landlord or maybe you're a tenant, going through these times right now. So we just want to, express our very much thank yous, Paulina, for joining us this morning, and we'll give you the floor. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Sonia, for the invitation. This is such a lovely platform to inform and a fun way your clients. I acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
And yeah, my name is Paulina Martignon. I've been doing evictions for 16 years, believe it or not. So I know that kind of dates me. Better. And my goal today is just to provide basic information of what's going on right now with the COVID issue at hand. Quite honestly, this is such a spider web of different rules, layers, and regulations. The good thing is that you guys are out in the Chino area, so the rules over there are so much easier than LA City. LA County is worse and worse year by year. So I'm glad that you guys are servicing clients in that area because a lot of business is going to start driving up there due to the stringent regulations that we have right here in the LA County. Now, I'm going to move on to the next slide, which pretty much it's going to be really brief and general. For a more condensed information, I think that's going to require like a 1 hour webinar, and I don't want to take up your time. So I'm going to start off with providing information on the eviction moratorium. So this is where it kind of gets complicated, right? Because we have different moratoriums. So believe it or not, we have 87 different moratoriums. So we have the state, we have the counties, and we have cities. I repeat, LA County is the most complex. San Bernardino County, Riverside, and Orange County are very simple because they're very conservative and they don't really believe in all these stringent rules against landlords. So those counties are not implementing, and cities, their own moratoriums. So it becomes really easy for those areas. We just have to worry about what the governor or the state says, okay? And not your own local cities. So with that said, the rent during the pandemic period is not waived. People are eventually going to have to pay it. But at this point, we cannot force tenants to pay if they cannot pay. Now, originally, these rules were made because the pandemic was only supposed to take a couple of months, right? And now we're almost going into half a year. That was quick. However, I do see these rules changing because the government cannot continue with these rules as a long term. So they are trying to figure out solutions. As of right now, we still have the original rule, which is that landlords must waive late fees. So during this time, if the tenant didn't pay on time or they have a running balance, you cannot pile on late fees. Now, depending on the area, tenants will have an amount of time to pay back the money owed during the pandemic. And that varies from 3 months to 12 months, depending on the rules that you have to listen to. And in the San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County area, they're all the same. The only thing that changes is the LA County. So in those counties, we're at 3 months. Tenants will have 3 months to pay back. And that time frame starts running once the governor says we're cleared from the pandemic, we're no longer considered a state of emergency. Hopefully that happens in September. It is expected to happen in September if the numbers start lowering. I'm going to take questions in between the next paragraphs just in case this needs to get digested a little bit more. Do you guys have questions on that first section?
So just so I make sure that we understand, so right now, obviously, there's no such thing as, there's no rent, so it doesn't disappear. It is still being accumulated if you're not paying. But if I'm not paying, I'm not incurred a late fee. But like you're saying, once the pandemic is over, she's gone? Oh, there she is.
I think she got like, I'm like, wait a minute.
Where'd she go?
Like that's correct, Sonia.
But yes, you are right. It did not, the rent doesn't magically disappear. Now, it makes it difficult to collect on it, depending on the area that you're in, right? So we're talking about LA County. LA County, the tenants will have 1 year to pay back the rent due.
Okay.
So let's fast forward, LA County, a year later, the tenant still owes you rents. If that's the case, it's no longer an eviction proceeding because in eviction court, you could only evict for rent due no more than 12 months. Mm-hmm. So there's certain rents that are gonna be waived and it's not gonna be due for eviction court. So it turns into a civil case. Or in a small claims case if it's under $10,000 that the tenant owes.
Okay.
Now in the other counties that I keep on referencing, those counties, it's only 3 months, so it's easier to still target that rent owed towards an eviction.
So it's 3 months in other counties and then 12 in LA? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, so right here in LA County, it's a spider web. It's like layer after layer after layer. So example, in downtown LA City, Boyle Heights, tenants will have 12 months to pay back. But if you have Whittier, City of Whittier, Whittier has 4 months. Then you have Pasadena, that's 6 months. You have Downey, that's 4 months. So this is where the layering comes in our county because each city has created their own regulation.
Okay. So it's not standard for every county to have a certain amount. It's basically cities, right?
Correct. So you first need to listen to your local rules. If your local rules do not have a moratorium, then you listen to your county. If your county doesn't have a moratorium, then you listen to the state. If the state doesn't have a moratorium, then we listen to the federal. So that's the type of layers we have to go through.
Okay, that sounds good. So we've been getting calls from owners who are, renting out their homes. The tenants weren't paying, but then they came up with a payment plan. But then the tenants failed that as well. So is there any type of repercussions because they did agree to it at a payment plan, but now they're not paying that, or it's still the same?
Yeah, a very good question. It's still the same, but you're still in a better boat. So I'm going to move on to the plan of action as it segues into that. So the recommendation we have for landlords is, first and foremost, be in communication and do so in writing. We have this saying in the legal field that says, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen. Hearsay is not enough.
Right.
Okay. Now, I also tell my clients, if you don't want to get in trouble, don't do it in writing. So you do have to.
Double-edged sword, no matter where you go. Yeah.
So you have to be very careful and diligent, right? If you're going to put it in writing, it's for a purpose. And what purpose is that going to serve you? And in that case, do so accordingly so you could defend yourself with it. Really, that's where it comes down to the court of law. And I have some clients that tell me, well, I never did a contract or I never did anything in writing because I had good tenants. And it's kind of when a relationship goes bad, especially with tenants, or actually even when, let's say you're with your ex-husband, you never know how evil they could be until you're in a legal dispute, right? And you're like, oh my God.
I know that firsthand from a divorce.
Yeah, right. We've all gone through that.
Like, I was there to you.
And you're like,
I know. I thought it was gonna work out smooth, and no.
Yeah, so the same thing with tenants. We always think that it's perfect until it's not, and then you don't have anything to defend yourself with. So my grandma would say in Spanish, una mujer inteligente vale por dos, so todo lo haces por escrito. So same thing here, right?
Right.
Translate.
An intelligent woman is worth 2 women.
Oh, I like.
Yeah, a smart woman is worth for 2 women.
Yeah.
And a smart woman always backs herself up.
Yeah.
I like that saying.
I like that too.
Yeah. So once we have clients doing memorandums like, oh, we can't force rent out of them, right? But you do have to keep a good record of the money owed. Excellent bookkeeping records is what's going to make key, because tenants, especially if they're making little portion payments, and landlords are not organized and applying those payments towards past due rent and doing it in writing, the tenant, that's the number one reason to lose a case in court, is if a landlord does not have their accounting down to the penny. So that is also very important. And a way to do this is to send friendly reminders to the tenant. Hello, Fulanito, we have entered into a new month. This is your running balance. Please let us know how much you're going to be applying towards your running balance, because the rent will eventually come due. And this way, we are not harassing, because right now you can't harass, but at the same time, you are in communication, letting the tenant know of where we're at with the accounting. Yes. Now, COVID letters must be issued. What's a COVID letter? It's a letter letting the tenant know, these are your rights, these are my rights, and these are your options. Please respond. In Alley County, it's mandatory. And other counties that haven't made it mandatory, but is definitely recommended. Once again, once the courts reopen, there's going to be a volume of protection against approving all these evictions. The last thing California is going to allow is all these evictions to get approved. And believe it or not, we have a lot of tenants riding the wave of not paying the rent. So what's going to happen is, if a landlord is diligent and shows that they were really trying to work with the tenant, and the tenant really was not cooperating or going to MIA, then those landlords are going to be more successful and are getting those evictions approved. Okay?
So I was going to say real quick, do you suggest for a landlord to basically, every time they pay some of their, their past due, have like a receipt that shows them how much the balance is every time that they pay, kind of like a bookkeeping, so that way they know how much is left every time they pay?
Yeah, definitely. And I tell my clients, it's time to get to savvy up and start using Excel sheets. It's always good to have it in writing somewhere, because you will be surprised how many landlords lose their receipts, right? Especially over time. But now, luckily, Google and Google Sheets, everything is saved for you. Okay.
Yes.
So another suggestion that we are providing our clients is, realistically, we're not going to be able to evict until next year. So knowing that as a landlord, or let's say you want to purchase a property and you know you're not going to be able to evict the tenant on a 60-day notice because you want to move into the property, take matters into your own hands. It is better to attempt a buyout. Cash for keys is known in the real estate community, and the legal world is known as a voluntarily vacate agreement. You know, they're voluntarily agreeing to vacate.
Mhm.
If it's not done in writing correctly, a landlord may be sued later on for a wrongful eviction. So it is important that landlords are getting guidance, are getting consulting to ensure that they are taking the adequate steps in order to protect their assets.
Mhm.
So a buyout, especially if the tenant owes rents and you know that realistically you're not going to be able to collect because you don't know where the tenants work, you don't have any information, or the tenants are receiving any type of governmental aid, whether it's SSI, EDD, Section 8 benefits or whatnot,
Mhm.
then it's just best to cut your losses, have them vacate, fix the property, sell it, or put better tenants in there.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, you mentioned earlier, Sandra, about the payment schedule. That is definitely recommended. If the tenant failed to pay or to keep on that payment, their word on that payment schedule, then it is a great resource for the landlord to get their eviction approved. Okay. Another thing we're recommending is if you have tenants that you know they're having a hardship, or you know you want to give them the incentive to pay because they're really not paying, offer a discount, offer a 10% discount or a 5% discount if they pay on time. It's better to collect than not to collect anything at all.
That's a good one. I like.
And this is only during this time, during the pandemic time,
Right.
because landlords are with their hands tied. We cannot evict.
Right.
I have people, my phones are ringing off the hook all day. People want to evict. I can't do it. So we're offering different alternative and solutions. So you don't have to wait for justice, because that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Right. Right. Now, should they put that in writing? If they said, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do to offset some of the costs if you pay on time.
Yeah. So anything that's going to be for the protection of the landlord, you want to put it in writing.
Okay.
Okay. Now, foreseeing technicalities, let's say now eviction court is open and it's going to be inevitable. Evictions are going to happen because there's some people that are just not working with the landlord. They're
Right.
avoiding, or they just feel that it's going to be free rent, right?
Right.
So a landlord must be aware that if they made any illegal rent increases, their case is going to be no good. So it is strongly recommended that they have their case history reviewed by a professional. Our office does these consults, and we see if any increase was not done correctly. And by correctly, it comes down to the percentage and the time frame. And we will go ahead and fix it, offset. This way, you're already a step ahead of the curve. Another thing is at the beginning of this year, there's a new law that passed, which we know it as AB, which stands for Assembly Bill 1482, which is the new tenant protection throughout California, right? That law requires every single landlord of California to update their rental agreements or issue addendums. And that time has been extended to August 1st for landlords to handle that. So even if we're in the pandemic and you have a tenant that's not paying, that needs to get done. Okay,
Okay. So they have to send out basically a new agreement.
update the rental agreement or the addendum and declaration.
Okay.
And so you all know, we just don't focus on evictions. That's our last resource, right? We want to avoid the eviction. But we do a lot of the consulting, before clients purchase properties and they want to know what they're getting themselves into with tenants,
Right.
we have investors that have us on memberships that they just send us a property address and we let them know the offset of what they're looking at. And this way they can make a wise investment purchase.
Yeah.
So we offer those services. We work the LA County, Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange, and Kern counties.
Mhm.
We do rental agreements, rent increases, history analysis. So we pretty much call ourselves the landlord's ally because we're here to support the landlord
Right.
and their investment needs.
I definitely would recommend it if I was a landlord, for sure. I would definitely do that because you want to know and protect yourself, you know, as a
Yes.
landlord. There's so many things to protect the renters now that the landlords kind of feel like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, unfortunately, the big states, the big blue states are very pro-tenant.
Mhm.
And it's unfortunate because it is very one-sided.
Yeah, that's what I
It
see.
is driving people out of this having multi-units. They're focusing more on single-family homes with the possibility of an ADU,
Mhm.
or in order to demolish and build new because those properties will not have the rent regulations.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hope it changes because it's not. It's getting worse.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like it's not equal. So right now, as far as like it's not. I feel like it's not balanced. Is a good way to put
Yeah.
it. So,
Agreed.
So okay. But yeah, that's good. Good to know, and I will definitely be recommending you to any landlords that I know that need help, or
Thank you.
before they get there.
Yeah, you definitely want to be an informed buyer, right?
Right.
And if you're looking into purchasing, you want to know what you're getting yourself into.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it as far as my speech. But any questions, I'm welcome to take. I am a branch of MT Evictions. I've been doing this for 16 years, but we also have a home inspection company called Morrison. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but if you guys want to give us a try, you guys could use a promo MT 2020 for $50 off, and that's it. We're done.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Paulina. We truly appreciate, all the feedback that you gave us. I think it's great information. And like you said, it's definitely nice to know. We do have, like I said, we get calls all the time, from different people looking to become investors or become landlords.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that we have, the avenue so whether they can get the education, someone who's familiar with that. So definitely appreciate you sharing all that with us. And, now people can make a decision if they want to buy a rental in LA County or not.
Right?
I don't know.
And sometimes what ends up happening is that they get out of LA County once they realize the legalities of it, and then they go to San Bernardino, Riverside.
Yeah.
And it's really, that's why I feel like those areas are growing so much, right? Because the rules definitely are landlord friendly in a way where you could still see the home ownership dream with multi-properties.
Right.
But don't worry, investors have LA County. They love it.
They do. Yeah.
So again, thank you so much. We have your information. So if anybody needs it, let us know. We'll be happy to share it as well. We'll put it on our page.
Our number is on the screen.
Yeah, thank you, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you for joining us. So we want to just thank everybody for tuning in and watching.
Yes.
And just wish everybody a beautiful day and happy Wednesday.
Okay.
So just wanted to say, everybody wants to say bye.
What music? What's the music? That's all I ask.
I know.
What are we playing, Madonna? Yeah. Oh, Madonna.
You guys are funny. I don't know why I am having.
Sonia, Catherine's waiting for it.
I know.
She's like, come on.
Music creates the atmosphere.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, we need a new DJ because I'm fired.
Well, at least you fired yourself.
Hey, you're busy, Sonia. I totally get it. It's okay.
I'm like, I don't know what to play. Oh, we'll play this one since we're happy, I guess. Hold on.
It's the world's most talented record label.
Old school. Yeah. I like this song.
Princess of hip hop and all
We need something to continue. We'll be back on a.
I think even after this, I'm gonna put it on.
With so much joy. I haven't heard this song forever.
So everybody have a beautiful day. See you next week. Same time.
Make it count.
Bye.
Bye.